Hello and welcome to Retro Reviews, my channel where I review my favorite retro video games of all time as well as some modern releases I have recently finished. And welcome to Smash Saturday, where we talk about all things Smash related until we get a new Smash game, whether that be Smash 6 or Smash Ultimate Deluxe. Obviously, you're watching this on a Monday. If you're watching this the day it came out, it is not Smash Saturday at this point, but I was sick on Saturday and I was really excited to make my Kazuya video. I had a commenter ask me about Kazuya for the Everything Wrong With series. I was really excited about it and I just couldn't do it. So to make up for that, I thought I'd just do it here on Monday. We'll get a late Smash Saturday, and then hopefully I'll still be able to do another one this Saturday, so we'll get two in the same week. So lucky you if you like the series. Today I'll be talking about Everything Wrong With Kazuya Mishima. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This character is ridiculously strong in every conceivable way. Now, I've complained about, I've talked about Luigi and how he's my favorite character in the entire game. I've absolutely loved Luigi. In fact, Smash on Saturday as well, which I'm super sad about missing, celebrated, I believe it's 26th anniversary and it's launched in North America, which is pretty crazy. 26 years old for the franchise is pretty cool. I still remember discovering light blue Luigi on Smash 64, thought his skin looked really cool, and I busted him out, and I would get so much enjoyment from getting the sweet spot B, getting the super jump punch on people. And that's how I became a light blue Luigi main. That's like the whole story right there. So I absolutely love Smash Brothers, and that's why I've been talking about it for so long. That's why I'm so excited about a new one for the Switch too. But Luigi in Smash Ultimate, I've talked about ad nauseum at this point, and how strong he is, and how much his combo game just wrecks people, and how he's one of those characters that doesn't really matter how far ahead you are. If he gets the right couple touches on you, you're just going to lose. Now, what if I told you that everything that's scary and BS about Luigi is amplified a couple times at least in Kazuya? At this point, if you've been watching this series, you're likely keyed into the competitive community. You likely already know that Kazuya is absolute garbage, like in terms of how like overtuned he is. This probably isn't news to you, but I want to tell you how BS this character really is. So Luigi, if he goes for something like, let's say, going for a kill confirm, gets his down throw into up B. If he misses that up B, he is stuck in a falling animation, and when he hits the ground, he is an end lag for quite a while before he can get up and shield. It is the freest of free punishes every single time, like without fail. You miss that up B confirm, you are in major trouble. Now, the upside is very strong. Obviously, you can kill people like 70% with this down throw up B confirm. It's incredibly strong. Kazuya has that, except his up B doesn't put him into free fall. It's got a bigger hitbox. It's a little less powerful, I will give it that, but it does not put Kazuya in free fall. In fact, he can jump after doing his up B. He can use his up B, and if he misses, he can just reset, jump, use laser to stall in the air. He has every bit of freedom to do what he wants there. And that's the story of Kazuya today. Kazuya has safe everything across the board. There's almost no commitment to anything he does in this game. He can throw out any move he wants for free practically, because he has so much priority, he has so much frame advantage, and he has so much invincibility or intangibility or whatever the terminology is that makes it so you can't interact with him. That's the biggest thing. Some moves like that you can use that have invincibility on them, like let's say Banjo's Wonder Wing, can still be command grabbed or can still be regular grabbed as well if you time it correctly. Kazuya, if he uses certain moves, actually goes through grabs, including stuff like Luigi or Pac-Man's tether grabs. So he can get you through those moves and just beat out every option. Whereas typically you have the rock, paper, scissors type thing where like, if you grab on shield, grab beats shield, shield beats attack, and then attack beats grab because it's faster. Like that's typically like the little like rock, paper, scissors there. Kazuya just invalidates that. He has so many moves that can just beat it, including his powerful command grab that if he has rage drive is extra strong. He has so many options to just invalidate your game plan entirely. And he is a touch of death character just like Luigi, just like Ice Climbers, just like Steve. And he's arguably the best at doing it because he has the auto turnaround in 1v1s, and because he just has so many ways to do it. He can just kill you off of one interaction pretty easily. Now, Luigi, when he does his 0 to death combo, he has to do a lot of DI reading. If people are really good at DIing and SDIing his moves, then he can be in a really tricky spot, and it can be really hard to confirm unless you're one of the best Luigis. Even then, I've seen Luigis, even this last tournament at Level Up Expo over the weekend, I've seen them miss tons of confirms because it is that difficult. The 0 to death that Luigi has, people will say that's just super brain dead and easy. I've been a Luigi main forever. I played him all the way through Smash 4, and it wasn't until midway through like Smash Ultimate that I was able to like consistently hit the 0 to death. It's not easy. It does take a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of like figuring out the minutia of the timing and then reading DI. There's a lot that goes into it. Kazuya, on the other hand, has a similar problem, but it's much easier to work out. So what he hits you with his best move, which is Electric Wind God Fist, the one we all know and hate. When he hits you with Electric Wind God Fist, you are in hit stun and in like your little like stupid disadvantage fall for such a long time. He has enough time to do his jump squat, which is 7 frames, I believe, which is slower by 4 frames than any other character in the entire game. His is the only one that's that slow. He still has enough time to jump and do a nair, which spikes you into the ground. Not hard enough to bounce you off the ground, mind you, but get you down, just like Luigi's down air. It'll get you grounded, so he can hit you again with another Electric Wind God Fist and go into whatever he wants to kill you. And you can mix up your DI during the hit stun of Electric Wind God Fist. You can move the cursor around, and as long as the Kazuya is paying attention, he can adjust accordingly. It's not hard to read DI when you have so much frame advantage. For Luigi's 0 to death, again, for instance here, you have very frame tight windows. You don't have a lot of leeway. You have to hit your combo pretty much perfectly. If anyone has anything close to a frame 1 escape option, you have to be perfect. But Kazuya has like a pretty solid chunk of frames that he can do. I've played Luigi against Kazuya a lot. There are so many times where I feel like I should be able to mash down B out of it and get out with my frame 1 escape, and I just can't get it. Kazuya has so much frame advantage on his stuff. All he has to do is wait and watch which direction you go, and then he can continue his combo and move on to his death. Kazuya honestly doesn't need that many tools to get the job done. Typically, you're going to see in his arsenal Electric Wind God Fist, you're going to see his Nair a lot, you're going to see his up air as an anti-air tool, which is ridiculously fast and crazy in priority. He does not need that. That's like one of the few things that he absolutely should not have, any kind of vertical like coverage to keep him safe. But it's super fast, it's super strong. All of his moves do dummy damage. Some of them do like smash attack levels of damage on like an aerial or just like a random move that you can throw out. Absolutely insane. Electric Wind God Fist itself as well is incredibly strong on shield or on hit. If you shield Electric Wind God Fist, if you do anything but parry it, it's going to push you backward. It's like melee levels of hit stun here, like keeping you safe. Kazuya can just throw it out with reckless abandon and you get screwed over for it. I've watched T, the Japanese Kazuya and Pac-Man player, do this on the big stage, the biggest stage in a huge tournament, just spam Electric Wind God Fist over and over again on the stage. And it wasn't memeing either. He just did it like 5 times in a row because there's nothing else you can do. The upper half, if I'm not mistaken, of Kazuya's body is fully invulnerable when he does the Electric Wind God Fist. There's nothing you can do to challenge it. You have to be like spacing everything perfectly. And even then he might just scoop you up with one because he has so much DLC privilege. It's just insane. Couple that with a ton of ways to kill you, and Kazuya becomes the scariest 0 to death player in the entire game. Barring maybe Steve, with some of the creative things that Steve can do to kill you at dummy low percents. But Kazuya just has so many tools in his kit that are so versatile. He can just pull one out of the blue. He has so many extra like frame inputs that he can do that he's one of those characters that has like a billion moves. Very much like Tekken. I do like how like dedicated to Tekken this character is in so many ways, but he can throw out stuff like his roundhouse kick. He does 2 of those and then like hits you with a final finisher that can kill you super early. He has some other things that like can lead into his Electric Wind God Fist. He just has so many tools that you're not ready for half the time. But again, he doesn't typically need them. He needs his Electric Wind God Fist, his Nair, he'll use his up air for his anti-air, he'll use grab, which he can combo into Electric Wind God Fist because of course it can. He'll be using back air sometimes to take stocks pretty early. He can do like the Electric Wind God Fist into back air if he needs to, if like the percent's too high and you can't quite get the up B or get the up smash. He'll be using up smash a ton because if that's one of his combo finishers, if you're doing it on the ground. He'll do up B in the air quite a bit. And while we're talking about his up B, it's insane for recovery too. His up B and his jump go extremely high, which is crazy for this character to have such a wild recovery as well on top of all these other things. He's also extremely heavy, so he's really hard to kill early. Even as Luigi getting that 0 to death, you have to sometimes add a bit of percent before you grab him and then get the combo going because he's so heavy. He's extremely hard to kill, he has insane recovery, and he's a 0 to death machine. Now some of the other tools that really are terrifying for him are the Gates of Hell command grab that he has, where if he gets you even remotely close to the the edge, it sends you at such an abysmal angle. He can immediately do his laser and like angle it whatever direction he wants. He can angle it down or angle it forward to try and catch your jump. He puts you in an instant, you have to guess scenario. It's like a 50-50 scenario. Am I going to angle it down? Am I going to angle it up? Are you going to jump? Or are you going to pick a defensive option? Even in those cases, sometimes at certain percents, you don't have any choice. You air dodge or you jump out of it, and even then you're probably going to be dead because his down air can cover a ton of space. It out prioritizes almost every move that I've ever seen it interact with. It kills extremely early, and it doesn't like, it's not like other stall and falls that will just send you straight into the blast zone. He can recover off of it, and because his recovery is so good, he can just do that for free. So his Gates of Hell thing that he grabs and chucks you off stage is pretty much a death sentence for most of the cast. And if he catches you sleeping at the wheel for even half a second, that laser is going to kill you. People were memeing the laser when it first got announced because it was pretty slow. It did a decent amount of damage, but it looked like a very reactable move. But because it travels so far and it comes out quick enough, he can put you in lose-lose scenarios off stage almost all the time. It's almost as bad as like a min-min arm going off stage with the dragon laser. It really is. It's that significant because if he gets you off stage into the blast zone at all and hits you with a laser, you're dead. There's nothing you can do about that. So Kazuya has just so many tools to control the pace of the game. If that wasn't enough, he also has a movement tech, which crouch canceling, that allows him to have full intangibility on the ground so he can approach you for virtually free. Throw out his Electric Wind Godfist when he feels like doing so, and then he just goes absolutely nuts. There's so much wrong with this character. It's insane to me that this character isn't higher up. Most Kazuya players will say he's like a top 5 character in the game. A lot of people used to think so. It's kind of fallen off results-wise, but like right now, Luigi's getting better results than him, and I don't really understand why. Honestly, like if you were to ask me, Kazuya has the better toolkit 100%. It doesn't make any sense to me that Luigi would be doing better than him. Probably just because I guess he kills a little bit earlier, and that's maybe more valuable, getting one hit. I don't know what it is, because Kazuya just has so many tools. He's so heavy. He's such a combo machine. And he has so many unique niche tools that just make him so scary. It's really hard to approach. He can be really creative with how he gets things done. He's just a nightmare, honestly. Like this character, if he's not checked by like, he's only checked by like a very small portion of the cast. If you don't have a solid game plan going into it, you're probably going to lose. The best thing about Kazuya is that he does lose to stuff like disjoints. Chrom has a weirdly great matchup against him because he can space things. It's like Roy, but better in this scenario specifically because he gets the sweet spot across the board. It's just a middle ground sweet spot like Lucina versus Marth. So he doesn't have to rely on getting in close. He can space his stuff and still get heavy reward and do a lot of really quick aerials, lots of quick movements. He can get his Jair to kill really early. Or you have characters like Luigi, if you can get like a tether grab and get your combo game going and kill him early. If you have Diddy Kong with Banana that breaks the zone really easily. He does have some weaknesses. He does lose to Steve pretty consistently, I've seen. Although I have seen, I can't remember if it's Riku, the Japanese Kazuya main, has been making some crazy waves with the character in Japan, really bringing the character back into the limelight. He does have a couple losing matchups, but he's one of those characters that he's so explosive and so scary and has so many tools that in any scenario, it doesn't matter if you're up 3 stocks to 1 and he's at 160%, he probably find a way to come back and kill you. He's just that strong. He's that explosive. He's that scary. So Kazuya has a lot wrong with him. If I've missed anything, and I likely have missed some of the niche tools and stuff, Kazuya mains, let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to make this as expansive as possible. I'm not as in tune with all the extra moves and everything, so please correct me in the comment section down below. Add extra stuff. I would love to hear it. Had to jump back in here really quick as I was getting footage for this video. I realized I forgot to talk about several more things that are insanely busted about Kazuya that are just very easily discernible, not just the extra moves. And so I'm going to touch on 5 of them. First is the Z motion, the Shoryuken input that you can do with him, where he does like, I can't remember what it's called, the uppercut attack that he does. Upper half of his body, or maybe it's his full body, I can't remember specifically. It's fully invincible. It kills at like 70-ish%. It is pretty free to throw out. One of those broken moves that you can end combos with and just kills you off the top, kills you off the side. It's just absolutely insane. It's an easy combo ender. It's one that you can just chuck out for no good reason in neutral and probably win half the time. Absolutely broken. Didn't even talk about Kazuya's smash attacks. His up smash is extremely strong. It is also a combo ender that you can take stocks with really early. It doesn't look like it should be sending as far as it does. It always feels like it doesn't hit quite as hard, and then you die off of it. It's absolutely insane. Down smash will spike, which is terrifying because he can also 2-frame. So if you're caught sleeping on the ledge, he can spike you off of that. Kind of like Luigi's down taunt, but faster and a little bit better. Can definitely lead into combos as well if you hit the right thing on stage at the right percentage. His forward smash is insanely strong. It is very slow, but it has a tipper hitbox. So if you can stun them, which you absolutely can with Kazuya, tons of his moves stun. You get him in the right combo, you can actually combo into forward smash, or if you get a shield break and you space it right, you can kill him at like 30%. It's absolutely insane. Speaking of stun moves, side B is one I completely forgot. Don't know how I missed it. That one, if you hit the sweet spot, and the sweet spot is very big and very forgiving, you stun them and they get into a situation where you can combo them out of that, or you can put them in a bad situation where they have to, they'll read your tech roll and then you're just in another bad situation. Very easy move. Some characters, even like bigger characters, you can stun lock them infinitely by doing side B into jab, which is another move I forgot to talk about. Jab locks you in place pretty consistently. You can like extend combos with jab into like your Electric Wind God Fist. Insane move. It's super fast and super good for combos, just like it is in Tekken. So I guess it makes sense, but it's just crazy that this character needs even more. Talking about even more for this character, you've got the Rage Drive, which I did touch on earlier, but one I did not get into and dive into fully. Of all the things this character needed, a comeback mechanic was not one. He's already one of the heaviest characters in the game, one of the best recoveries for a heavy character, probably the best recovery for a heavy character for sure. The best combo game in the entire game, probably outside of maybe Steve. This character did not need Rage Drive. This is another one of those tools that will kill you ridiculously early. And what's worse is that Kazuya glows red when he gets his Rage Drive, and he has it for about 40% or so. I think it depends on how much percent you've, like, it depends on a lot of things. If you try and use the command grab when you're glowing red, if you use the command grab and you miss, it actually lowers the percent window for when it goes away, but not by much. And because Kazuya is so heavy, he will be able to take advantage of it very easily. Sephiroth doesn't get very much use out of his wing because he's so light and so tall, so he can die off the top much easier. But Kazuya survives for so long, he'll get to 140%, which is about where it ends typically, very easily and very consistently. So unless you're blowing him up, if you're just doing stray chip damage, it's going to take a while and you're risking a ton of interactions where he could just blow you up. And it's one of those moves that just goes through everything. It's fully intangible. You can't grab him out of it. He'll just grab you and it's super fast and then you're dead. If he does the input version especially, then you are super dead at like 50%. If you just do the regular grab, you can also get the command grab and get a lot of damage out of it, so you don't have to be consistent with that. If you're just a casual, you can spam this as well, which is just crazy. I mean, I say spam. You can spam the grab animation or your down B. Your down B is also command grab. Typically, if you don't have the red rage aura, which is also a very good mix-up for a character that doesn't need to worry about your shield at all, he has an ability to command grab you and do a lot of damage there too. So Rage Drive is also just an insane mechanic. I don't know what they were doing. That wasn't enough. The last thing I wanted to talk about is his reflector. I don't know how I forgot about it when I was talking about it. This character is just so full of so much BS. Just can't believe there's so much to talk about here. His reflector is the strongest reflector in the game. It scales ridiculously. It's so bad that if you got hit with a really strong, like fully charged, let's say charge shot from Samus, you are liable to die off of that if it gets reflected. I'm not even making it up either. I'm not like memeing here or anything like that. His reflector has such a crazy multiplier that people will die off of interactions that you would never suspect. No one else in the game with their reflector would ever dream of doing that much damage and that much knockback off of anything. But for some reason, Kazuya's is super fast, comes out very quickly. It is a ground only option, so that is something to consider. But since Kazuya is typically on the ground and plays the game on the ground until he gets a combo starter, that doesn't really matter for him. So you can't really zone him out with projectiles because he will reflect it and kill you off of that reflection. Absolutely insane. So I wanted to make sure I got that out before I ended this video, so I had to jump back in while I was doing some editing. So yeah, that's even more BS about Kazuya. There's 5.5 minutes of BS about Kazuya. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.